इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चरा बाबतींत ताणें सांगलां. तिसरें पर्रीकराच्या योजनांची आनी कितलीशीच ताणें कौतुकां केल्या. चौथे तुमी बरें काम करा, प्रबळ जाया आनी आमचो सपोर्ट सेंट्रल ह्या गोश्टी सांगला. सो आतां हे करीत करीत आमी वचपाचें ह्या हेतून. म्हणजे म्हाका दिसलें की एक रोड मॅप, नॉट एक्झॅक्टली रोड मॅप, पण एक खंय तरी आमी एक कितें डायरेक्शन दाखयल्या हे दाखयलां ताणें. आनी ह्या भेटीचें एक फलीत म्हणटा.
What do you think? Congress has any scope to address any press conference tomorrow?
But before I get to that, just on the political message, I think it stands out in very sharp relief. That is, I think, to the compliment of the BJP, that they will fail or succeed depending on whether they perform or not. Let us be very clear about that. It doesn't matter. Individuals beyond a point don't matter. At the end of the day, if they work well, the dynamic is good, the plans come to fruition, people will re-elect them. If they don't, people will not re-elect them. Correct. That's a very fundamental law of democracy, so let's not, waste too much time on that. But I think politically the message is A, that I back my chief ministers. Okay? There is, and if you look at the body language, I don't want to do too much of pop sociology, but there is no that, deference. I won't name the party, but there is an element of deference to, a particular leader. No, there is it's more colleagues. There is there is primus inter pares, first among equals. Correct. But it doesn't, there is no, when you were saying about it is not like there is one supreme leader and then there are satellites around. No, that doesn't exist. These are all people who work together. They all have roles to perform. All have ambitions. Ambition is not a bad thing at all. So I think that is a very good message, that the lack of, this constant deference, tugging at the forelock kind of, that is out of the picture. Secondly, even if you look at the whole dynamic between, let us say, the Chief Minister and the Prime Minister, it is one of, we're colleagues. You have your role. That's a bigger role, obviously, in terms of scale, nationally. I have a smaller, but neither is less important for the people of Goa. In fact, I would dare suggest that the Chief Minister, especially going by Mr. Modi's own template, Chief Ministers are far more important and have always been. We've known that on the ground, but now even more so. Yeah. Because if you are going to be the advocate of your state, then you better know exactly what you want.
Then states develop, India develops.
India develops, and Mr. Parrikar, other chief ministers, not only him, other chief ministers as well are part of this mix. And if it works, it's excellent. Yeah.
Rajan, तुमकित दिसता फाल्यां संजय म्हणटा तशें एक प्रेस कॉन्फरन्स जातली आनी कांयच दिल ना असो स्कोप आहा काय एक्चुअली जो एक क्लियर जी एनालिसीस हांगा आमकां दिश्टी पडटा जातूंतल्यान खंय तरी मनोहर पर्रीकर अनडिस्प्युटेड जाता आनी ओपोजिशन खंय तरी डेमोलिश जाता. खंयचो सिनारियो तुमकां दिश्टी पडटा?
म्हाका तातूंत संजयाची एक गोष्ट हे जाता ती मायनिंग पॅकेजाचेर कदाचित फाल्यां
प्रेस कॉन्फरन्स
जातली आनी टिका जातली. कारण मायनिंग पॅकेज ही अपेक्षा सगळ्यांची आशिल्ली, कारण ती खंयच्यान आयली खबर ना, पण येताली आनी लोकांक दिसतालें की मायनिंग पॅकेज आज जाहीर जातली, सगळेच आशिल्ले. सो फाल्यां कितें तरी ऑपोजिशन म्हणटका उदळ म्हणला तशें आमी ऑपोजिशन म्हणटका कितें तरी उलोवपाक जाय, कितें तरी सांगपाक जाय, कितें तरी क्रिटिसिजम करपाक जाय. सो कदाचित हो एक इशू फाल्यां ऑपोजिशना कडल्यान रेज जावपाक शकता.
इतलो जावपाक
शकता. अदरवायज म्हाका कांय दिसना.
What do you feel? What is the political message?
Do you think it matters what the opposition thinks at this point of time?
I was going to say, Rajendra Babu, right now, if I was the opposition, I would not hold a press conference actually, because technically it would not be a very smart move.
Let me.
You agree with Ishan that technically Congress should not hold a press conference?
No, I'm not. Make your criticism. I'm not going to comment on what the Congress should do. Because whatever they do tends to backfire at them. That if you analyze it in the past, the point, I'll tell you what I am as a journalist, as a Goan, and also somebody who's dabbled in politics, is disappointed about in this entire visit, is that special status never got a mention. Okay, at the onset I knew he was never going to announce the mining package, because that was an information I already had, and logically I know he's not going to do it, from whatever I've known of Mr. Modi. But yes, at least if he could have touched on special status, which was something that Parrikar and the BJP government emphasized a lot on, there would have been some sort of a
silver lining,
a hope for the people of Goa that the commitment made by his government and during the Lok Sabha elections is actually moving in that direction, because special status was one of the key factors.
Correct.
But he never even touched on it.
हय संजय बाब तुमकां दिसता ही गजाल कारण जुवारी जालो, मायनिंग जालो, टुरिजमाचे ताणें जाले, उलयले ते टुरिजमाचे, मेन्शन तरी जालो, आनीक एज्युकेशनाचो मुद्दो जालो, पण स्पेशल स्टेटसाक खंयच जागो सुद्दां मेळ्ळो ना. कितें दाखयता हें की बाबा ते विसरून वचपाचें स्पेशल स्टेटस म्हणपाचें?
विसरून वचपाचें अशें म्हाका दिसना, कारण वदळे हांवें म्हटलें अशें की तांणी अजून डिनायय केल्लें ना किंवा ताच्या बाबत अशें करूना. सो डिनाय करना तो पर्यंत तो विशय विसरून वचपाचो किंवा सोडून दिवचो पडलो अशें म्हाका दिसना. दोन गोश्टी ह्या हेतून ह्या ताच्या विजिटीन किंवा ताच्या दोन स्पीच ज्यो आमी पळयले, दोन भाशणां पळयलीं, त्या दोन भाशणांनी दोन गोश्टी उरल्यो. एक स्पेशल स्टेटस आनी दुसरें पर्यटन.
पर्यटनाचो उल्लेख तरी केला.
उल्लेख म्हणजे एका शब्दाचो एका वाक्याचो उल्लेख केला.
तो म्हणटा आपणे मिनिस्टरच दिल्ली तुमकां, आपणांनी कितें उलोवपाक जाय, आपण तुमकां मिनिस्टरच दिला.
तरी पूण जेन्ना आमी इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चराचेर उलयता, जेन्ना आमी ग्रोथाचेर उलयता, टुरिजम आमी एज्युकेशन हबाचेर उलयता, आमी बाकी ह्याच म्हणजे इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चरल सुविधा वाडोवपाचेर उलयता, तेन्ना टुरिजमाच्या बाबतीनय काही ठोस गोष्टींची जर चर्चा जाल्ली ह्या निमतान जाल्यार तो एक गोंयाक
समाधान दिसता आशिल्लें.
समाधान न्ही, फायदो जावपाचो. फक्त समाधानाचेर वचना हांव, की राज्याक फायदो जावपाचो. त्या दृश्टीन आमचें टुरिजम कितें आसा, आमचें टुरिजम फक्त बिचीस आनी जे नॅचरल गोश्टी आसा कितें तयार केला, आमी कांयच करूना. सो त्या दृश्टीन जर हे सरकार 5 वर्सांचें एक विजन दवरून जर हे करता जाल्यार त्या प्रमाणे काही गोश्टी टुरिजम क्षेत्रांनी उबे रावच्यो अशा दृश्टीन किमान एक चर्चा सुरू जातली अशें एक ताणें करूंक जाय आसलें. आनी स्पेशल स्टेटसाचे ऑफकोर्स येस, कारण ताणें स्पेशल स्टेटसाचो विशय मेर्शेंतल्या सभेनय आयिल्लो आणि पर्रीकरान परत परत त्याचा उल्लेख केलो आणि तो कित्याक त्या मुद्द्याचेर हांव फक्त शेवटी येता की ताणें क्लियर कट सांगला की आमी पयशे मागना, आमकां कोटी कोटी रुपया नाका, फक्त गोंयकारांच्यो जमनी गोंयकारां कडेन उरच्यो, इतल्याच खातीर स्पेशल स्टेटस मागता. आणि ताचो उल्लेख जायना. ही ह्यो दोन गोष्टी फक्त उरता फाटल्यान.
बोथ दीस पॉइंट्स, वन रिगार्डिंग टुरिजम वेर इट फाइंड्स अ मेन्शन वेर इट डजंट फाइंड डिरेक्शन. सेकंड, special status just disappears.
Okay, now my analysis of the special situation issue, the special status issue, is it is, I think Savio even was to an extent saying, oh, they missed it. I don't think they missed it. I don't think it's a miss in that sense. I think it is a very deliberate effort to focus on issues which are not contentious. It's focusing on infrastructure. Look at the emphasis. Just sit back, look at the speech, look at the kind of things they talk about. Infrastructure, growth, let's focus on the doables. We have made a commitment on special status. As Sanjay pointed out, that there is, Parikar has said, we don't want money, to give us our, that is on the table. But right now, we are deliberately staying away from the more contentious issues, which will take a bit of doing, negotiating, toing and froing, getting your various templates in order. You want to go the Himachal way, you want to do it the northeast way. There are so many, these are more complicated issues. Politically, it never makes sense to raise the most contentious issues first, because they are actually delivered over a longer period of time.
So you are saying right now they are just on delivery as far as performance is concerned, and contentious issues like dual citizenship and special status will look in the second inning of the government.
I won't say second innings. What they've done is they've been tactically, again I use the word deliberately, tactically I think it's a smart thing to do, to say we have made a commitment, our position is on the table, we want this and we want this. Now we are not going to get into intricate timelining and detailing right now, because these are, as I said, contentious issues. By that very nature they mean it takes time. Let us focus on what is obvious and doable. On tourism, one little point, I think there even I feel, I agree with Sanjay entirely, there should have been little more
direction.
There needs to be, he did say, he made the right noises, but there needs to be, could have been a sharper sort of elucidation of exactly what are the kind of directions we are looking at.
Sir, quickly म्हाका सांगात आता टाइम सोंपला. तुम्ही स्पीच आयकली, कितली मार्क दितले स्पीचीक? धातले
9 मार्क हांव दिता.
9 मार्क दितात, इतले 90% दितात.
आणि स्पेशल स्टेटस हे मोदीचे बेबी न्ही. मोदीन खंयच्याच आपल्या भाशणात हांगा मेर्शी जाल्ल्या भाशणात मनोहर पर्रीकरान स्पेशल स्टेटस हो शब्द खंयच आपल्या भाशणात खंयच वापरूना. विशेष अधिकार गोंयांक मेळचे, काही आपली जमनी हे करपा खातीर अशें आसा तें स्पेशल स्टेटस खंयच
तुम्ही म्हणटा मेर्शेच्याय सभेक आनी आयच्याय सभेक स्पेशल स्टेटस हो शब्द आयला
Special rights because that
अधिकार स्पेशल राईट्स
गोंय विधानसभेन
That could be more
सगळ्या
contentious.
पक्षांनी एकत्र येवन पास केल्ले
संमत पास केला बिल आहा सामके
and special rights could be more dangerous actually, more contentious.
Now quickly, how many marks to this speech?
5.
5. So you are just putting him in second class.
Yeah, because I when you're comparing it to the other speeches that he did give, I think he was a lot tired,
Yeah.
you know, through the entire thing, but he's not touched on sensitive issues that he could have touched on. He could have made a mention of it because these are issues that are close to the hearts of the people, and I still believe, though overall, that he's basically told everybody that there is a lollipop that I have for y'all, but he's not given anybody the lollipop.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Quickly final comment sir, कितले मार्क आणि कित्या?
हय ताका दोन पेपर दिता हांव ताका एक बॉडी लँग्वेजीचो पेपर बॉडी लँग्वेजीचेर हांव ताका खूब कमी मार्क दिता कारण नरेंद्र मोदी आमी जो पळयला
सर एक गजाल म्हाका दिसता की 4 वरात आणि
समुद्राचेर काडला
4 वरां समुद्राक काडटा खंय तरी मनीस मातसो तरी सीसीक जातलो
हय जावं
शकता
शकता पूण त्याच बरोबर त्याच मनशान इलेक्शनाच्या काळात प्रचाराच्या काळात दिसाक 5-5-6 रॅलीज घोषणा सगळी केल्ली आसा
तुम्ही ताका बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट दिवपाक तयार ना
ना त्या बाबतीत बेनिफिट कारण जे दिसले ते हांव सांगता म्हणजे हांव पर्सनली काय पळोवन हांव जे टीव्हीचेर दिसले
बॉडी लँग्वेज कितली मार्क
हेका मे बी जस्ट अबाउट 5 बी अशे 5-5.5 बी अशे सो दुसरो पेपर ऑफकोर्स आमच्या दृश्टीन उपयोगाचो ताणें कितें दिलें किंवा कशे तरेन भाशण केलें मुद्दे कितें काडले ह्या हेचेर हांव म्हणटलो की अबाउट से 7 ते 8 7.5 7.2 to 7.5
7.2 you are doing that minute in Ishan final comments how many marks why
I would have given 6 and I give 6 first class but 6 but
first class on border
oh no but 60 first division at least in our time it used to be now it's all 90 plus but I'm talking
6
1980s style when we were in school 6 on 10 but I've actually given him 1.5 more on an issue which we have not talked about which we all mentioned in the break, the National War Memorial. To announce that,
yes, on INS Vikramaditya,
and it is something which all of us who know people in the armed forces, it's such a shame that it has.
So your War Memorial marks are inclusive of 6 or exclusive of 6?
No, that was exclusive of 6, so I'm giving 7.2 to 7.5 thanks to War Memorial, 1.2 to 1.5 extra.
Okay.
Election assurance election
okay, so Bhagavista
plus 1.2 to 1.5.
My time is completely over. म्हाका खूप इंटरेस्टिंग मार्क्स आयल्यात आणि खंय तरी संजय बाब आणि ईशान 7.2 आणि 7.9 इतले 7.5 इतले मायन्यूट हाजेर गेल्यात तुम्ही सगळेजण आयले तुम्ही सगळेजण आमचे बरोबर इतलो वेळ फाटले 3-3.5 वरां रावले आणि ही डिबेट पयली सगळ्याच उपकारी खूप बरी डिस्कशन जालें तुम्ही आयले सगळेजण इतले बरे विचार मांडले थँक्स अ लॉट पळयत रावात प्रुडंट नमस्कार.